Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Gazza9919 here, and what I'm going to be doing today is a thing that, as you all know, I do with all my cars, and it's going to be a 10 things I like about the BMW E61. And I'm going to kick things right off, and this is quite an obvious one. I think it is got to be the mood lighting. Can't see it so much in the day. I'll probably insert some night shots here or something, but the mood light is just so great. Like, it's if you don't know what the mood lighting is, it's the orange light that comes from the center sort of light. There's two little holes, and that's where it comes out. And it's also, you get the mood lighting in the back, and the same sort of color theme goes throughout the dials and things like that. And it's just, I don't know, I think it's just really cool. It's just a subtle lighting. It's nothing too in your face. The next thing I want to talk about is the key fob, and I think this is a really cool feature, and I really do love it. You don't really have to worry about the battery in it, because when you put it into the cassette slot beside the steering wheel, it recharges itself. So from the cassette slot, the only downfall to this is obviously if you have a spare key, you don't want to leave it too long before you use that. You want to sort of alternate the keys so they both stay charged, because if you leave it too long, it won't be charged, and then it could kill the battery off. But yeah, the main thing I'm getting at here is, realistically, you don't have to change the batteries in them, and they can, in theory, last forever. The next thing I want to talk about is the cup holders. This is a real big thing for me, because I notice with every car I've driven, there's always been like a shortage of cup holders. Even in the Safira, if you remember, there wasn't many cup holders, and say it's this big massive people carrier, it had next to no cup holders. Whereas with BMW, they thought about that. They've got two in the front, one for the driver, one for the passenger, and they've also got two in the back, which is really good. And they're not like sort of crappy cup holders. They're actually quite decently made cup holders. The next thing is the sound deadening. This is a really cool thing, because, you know, in a big car like this, it's obviously you're going to use it for motorway use, and if you notice in like any other sort of like small car or anything like that, you can hear a lot of road noise and a lot of traffic noise that's passing you by, and the wind noise and all of that. But honestly, when you're cruising along at 70 and in this car, you can barely hear anything, and it is so nice and so chilled out. The next thing is the center armrest, how it extends out. This is a really cool feature. Like, I haven't often had a center armrest as it is, but having one is one thing, but for the fact that it can extend out and you can be even more comfortable, so you can chill out with your elbows, one on the door card, one on the center armrest, and still have two hands on the wheel and just, you know, chill out. Like, you know, just for the sort of driving where it doesn't need much sort of involvement with the steering wheel, if you know what I mean. So again, sort of referring to motorway driving and stuff like that, but it's another cool little feature I like. Another thing is keeping on to the level of comfort, it's the comfort in general, the comfort of the whole car. You know, it's a fully leather model, right? All the seats are leather, the armrest are leather, and it's so comfortable. And the seats almost feel like they do hug you a bit, and it's really comfortable. And for whatever sort of driving you're doing, whether it's B-road bashing or motorway driving, it's such a nice place to be and such a nice place to chill out. It really is one of those cars where you pull up at home and you think, just 5 more minutes and then we'll get out. On to the next thing. I want to talk about its futuristic styling, especially for its day. Now, back in 2006, I wouldn't have known much about this car or anything, because I'd only be very young. I was born in 1996, so that would make me about 10 years old, and I don't think I was as obsessed with cars as I am today. But back in the day, you know, it wasn't the sort of styling. It was sort of like too futuristic for back in the day. Nobody sort of clung on to it that much. And then especially as a wagon, people didn't like the E61, especially because, you know, nobody really wanted the wagon version of it, let alone the hatchback version. But yeah, I just think it's really cool how you look at it today and it seems to almost blend in with quite a few modern cars. The styling really has aged well, and yeah, it doesn't feel like it's from 2006 at all. Now, the next absolutely epic thing about this car that I've never had before is a auto dimming rear view mirror. It is such a cool feature. Like, the number of times in general in my driving life before I got this, I've had people come behind me and they've either just had, like, in general bright lights, or there's somebody that just don't realize they've got the high beam on, and you'll probably know yourself, there's nothing more distracting than trying to drive while somebody's just got the high beam on behind you, and you do struggle to concentrate. And with this, like, you don't even notice half the time. The only way I notice is I take a slight glance in my side mirrors and I think, oh, the lights are a bit bright. But yeah, you know, like, it's such a great feature. Another thing I like is the turbo whistle. Now, I haven't had this in any other cars, because I've never had a car with a turbo. As you know, I've only really had Fiestas and things like that. And way back in the day, I had a Peugeot 206, but let's not go there. Turbo whistle, yeah, it's so addictive. Like, it spools up at about just under 2,000 RPM. You just hear it whistle, and it's worth just driving with your windows down for a bit just to hear it. It just brings out the kid in me. That's all I can say about that one, to be fair. And on to the final thing that I like, it's got to be the fact it's got cruise control. Again, I've never had a car that has cruise control, and with my long commutes to work and back on the motorway, it is a absolute godsend, because I just bung the cruise control on, haven't got to worry at all, and yeah, it's just great. And it's such an easy little interface to use, nothing too complex. Because I wasn't sure about cruise control, because I never used it before. Well, how do I do it? Can I stop it? You know, the usual crazy thing. But yeah, it's something I do genuinely like about it. And even if you're on like a long sweeping 50 road or something like that, or a long 30 or whatever speed limit road, you just whack that cruise control on and it's all right. The only time it gets annoying is if you've got somebody in front of you keep slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up. Because as we all know, these people do exist, and they are very bloody irritating. But that is it for this video of 10 things I like about my BMW E61. You know, this is more towards the things that I like personally, in opposed to everything that's good on the car. Because obviously, if it was a case of everything that's good on the car, I could probably mention quite a few more things. But it's just things that stand out to me, 10 things. And as you all know, it's just something I tend to do on every car I own. And also, there will be a 10 things I hate about the BMW E61, following tradition of what I do with my cars. But to be honest, that list is harder to make than the good things. Right then, so that is it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, maybe even hit that bell icon for notifications on future uploads. But until the next time, guys, peace.